Okay, hello everybody, and by everybody I mean approximately two of you. How you doing, guys? We are getting ready for a little bit of Magic the Gathering Arena. It's obviously a game that we've been streaming a lot of. Tonight, in place of our regular face-to-face events at the shop where we do Tuesday night standard, we're actually running a little bit of standard on arena. So I've built the internet promises me is a top tier deck, Jeskai Fires. We're going to use that to smash on and hopefully increase our rank and basically fight our way to glory and gold. So yeah, this will be pretty good. In the meantime, while we wait for a few players to rock up, we'll just do our regular old chats. Maybe we'll jump into the chat show here. Major Cosmo and Frozen Gnomes are discussing airbrushes. This is important conversation because there is in fact a painting competition going on at the shop at the moment. The painting competition is firing off. We have so many entrants. We have so many cool things being painted. We've had some people who have smashed through their entries already, and they've sort of already decided to maybe do a second one and enter that instead. But if you are able to jump into the Discord I'll link through here. It's discord.gg/bigdhreza big U, and that'll get you to the Discord. You should be able to enter the competition that way. So all the entries will be finished by Friday, and there are ways to win that don't necessarily require being the top voted item. So there's four great prizes. The top one being the Age of Sigmar box set from when it first came out. We had a couple of those kicking around out of the back, and I thought no reason they should collect dust. We should get them out there and into the community. So we've also got some other cool content on the YouTube channel at the moment. We've got what have we got? The Warhammer Underworld series that I'm doing, where I sort of get back into the game. Frozen Gnome says he's changed his entry to Gaz, which is a monster of a model. So I hope you're working really hard at that and staying focused and getting stuck in. Look, Anthony, aka Major Cosmo, I am right there with you. I have no idea how I ever motivate myself to paint anything. I will start and then I will stop and then I will start and then I will stop, and then 3 years later I'll complain that I've bought all these miniatures without having painted what I already have. So it is a discipline that you have to get stuck into as early as possible in your career of painting. So you've done his head, that is all. Yes, Gaz's head is but a very, very, very small part of that model. So I believe you probably have to do a little bit more. So I'm just going to request maybe we put the air cons on. Yeah, it's very warm in here. Very warm in here. You haven't even finished his effing head. Mate. Language warning. Reflections on his eyeglass thing. So what's the plan for doing that? Are you gonna paint the reflections on, or are you going to use one of the technical paints? My wife, whoa, you hear that rumbling? That's the shop about to destroy. Yeah, it does look better on a smaller part. I do like your Nelly reference there, Anthony. I'm not going to take off all my clothes. I promise you, even though it is getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I'm gonna take my clothes off.
Everyone just signed out.
Everyone just signed out. Now we've gone from 2 viewers to -5. So the nobody wants that at all. The reflections on the eyeglass, it does look good. That vibrating sound needs to be addressed, otherwise we're going to explode. Hey, fingers crossed it doesn't happen again. That's our old aircon. When we bought the shop, we had 2 old aircons, and then we replaced one with a new aircon. The new aircon is nice and quiet. The old aircon tends to jump on and make a rattling sound that makes us feel like the house is going to fall to pieces very easily. So yeah, Did we replace the leaking one? No, that is the leaking one. That is the leaking aircon, which they were both leaking. I mean, like the first one we replaced was a tactical leak removal because it was right above where the magic cards are. We don't want that getting wet at all. The one that you can hear, that's the one above the Reaper bones. So if there is a leak, we can work around it. Otherwise, we just got buckets and buckets and buckets of buckets to catch the water if that's the case. So we're working on it. We're getting there. It's not so bad. Not so bad at all. So while we're chatting, I think I might just jump over here to the Goose Games logo. Yeah, so what is everyone? Oh, we lost someone. Oh no, now we are literally down to one viewer. Oh no, that's no fun. Why are we losing? I actually think the widget in OBS doesn't tell me even close to accurately how many viewers I really have, so I'm not too stressed about that. But we've got this one being recorded tonight, so we put this up on our whoop, my phone's vibrating at me. We're going to put this one up on our YouTube page just to keep boosting the content, because we've got some great stuff in there. The in-chat numbers are 4 with 1 mod and the broadcaster. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's a thing. I don't think the mod counts as a viewer, and I think the viewership actually adjusts based on how many people have been chatting. So I don't know how that really works, but that's a thing. Yeah, so we'll keep chatting for maybe another 5 minutes, and then we'll get stuck into some magic. I'm going to go for a couple of hours at least tonight, so see if you can rustle up your friends. It's a great way to sit around and eat some dinner. We'll head back to the chat show. Yeah, and have a look at the wonderful Narrow Bridge. So by Friday, I should have a few more interesting overlays, so it won't just be me sitting behind this desk. It'll be all sorts of cool stuff. One thing I'm going to try and do is actually set up a proper interview system where we can interview people over Skype or whatever, and we can inset their face into that space to the right of me, and then I'll set up the monitors so that I'm looking at their face when I'm talking to them, and they'll have no idea that they've been roped into a talk show hosted by a bearded nerd in a very small town on the south coast of New South Wales. They might think it's a bit more professional than that. But yeah, no, it'll be good stuff. So I'll start looking for people to chat to. We do have a couple of other community projects in the pipeline as well. One of which allows you guys to get your faces on the old YouTubes by sort of a scene tag, I guess, where you show off your favorite board game and then tag somebody else to do the same. So that'll be pretty cool. Also, I don't know if you saw in the Discord, if you are one of our Discord members, you would have seen the light box that I made, so I can start taking some cool photos of miniatures. So when you've got miniatures, change the late now to the late Nowra hour, the Nowra hour. You can't say hour without tripping over it. That is a good suggestion, though. That is a good suggestion. The late Nowra hour. So we'll put a THE at the top and then an hour at the bottom. I'll get Bo on that. Bo is my set designer, and when I set designer, I mean I tell her to Photoshop something and she does it. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. We've got some cool stuff in the pipeline. They have sort of indicated that lockdown laws are going to be eased up a little bit. Nowra hour, our Nowra hour. Don't be sour. The Nowra hour is in power. Our Nowra hour. Your Nowra. Yeah, we got some cool stuff coming up, so that'll be really good. Yeah, look, Tuesday nights, hey. So Tuesday nights are usually filled with fun and frivolity in the form of standard magic. So, okay, let's see if I can say this properly. Cower before the Nowra hour, you sour dour. Power people? Power Rangers? Okay, so what I might do is jump very quickly onto our Facebook page. Bring that up, Facebook. We will go there and we'll put a quick post saying, hey guys, come and check out my ugly mug on the old Twitch. We'll go to pages, we'll go to Good Games Now, that has 2 notifications. So did everybody receive their sleeves from Friday nights? Because Friday night has been fantastic in regards to getting cool stuff out to people. This afternoon, actually, you might have seen pop up on the YouTube, is the latest video in the Warhammer Underworlds series that I'm doing, where I actually busted open a box and got a chance to show off some of my painted miniatures, including the Severin Steelheart that I did my very first proper wet blend on. I had wet blended before, but it was a really cool little technique that you get wet paint of different colors at either end of the model, and then you sort of blend them in together as it dries, and then you're constantly adding more or less to either end of that particular color to sort of even it out, and eventually you end up with a really smooth gradient. It's a cool little technique that we might end up getting onto the onto the YouTube as a thing. So we are going to let's make this one wordy. Are you missing the Tuesday night magic? Tuesday night standard at the shop? Jump into Twitch, where Mitchell is streaming some arena standard to keep us all sane. Yeah, that sounds about right. We'll post that. That'll go up straight away. Excellent. Excellent. So that'll be good. Hopefully we'll get some more people into the chat here so we can ramble at them. The Magical Naura Power Hour. That's awesome. Also, Anthony, I don't know if you've seen my shirt. You notice what shirt I've got on? Mate. I'm not wearing one. What? I have stolen it already. So we've actually got a new member of the team here today. This is really exciting. We got a new member of the Good Games Now team join us today. This is Dilbert. I'd like to introduce you to Dilbert. Let's get zoomed right in on the logo. You see that? It actually says my name is Dilbert. Dilbert is apparently some sort of variant on the money plant, money thing. It's a succulent of some form. I've been promised that I'm going to find it very hard to kill this thing, but that might not necessarily be as much of a challenge as everyone seems to think. That was donated to me by Owen Cowley, who you might know as the guy who started doing D&D at Nowra High, and has basically converted that into nothing short of a phenomenon. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's have a bit of a jump back into Arena and see how we're going. So yeah, I did really well. It was really fantastic. A great way to get the kids active and excited about stuff. So all right, Arena overlay. I'm wearing black against black background. Very clever. So I've got Dilbert here. Dilbert's probably heaps better at Magic than me, so we're going to defer to Dilbert when we need to figure out what we need to play next. So let's go play, and let's just jump straight into standard ranked. We're at Bronze Tier 4 because we have done nothing, absolutely nothing. The last person to play this was Justin, so this has Rampo here. So we're checking out Jeskai Fires. Now this deck is based around playing Fires of Invention. Fires of Invention allows you to play 2 cards per turn as long as their mana costs are less than the amount of lands you've got, and you can play them for free, basically, without their mana cost. So it allows you to get a stack of sort of like you blow your curve out. It's really, really good. So I'm going to give that this a smash. Now, I did a couple of test games for it, but I basically came up against the mirror every time, so it became a bit of a coin flip as to who was going first to get the advantage. It plays Karuga as the companion, which is reasonable because Karuga is a very good card, and also has a Teferi there to prevent your opponents from doing anything fun if you get the chance to get it out. So it's a nice control-y deck. Now, the frame rate on this is not great, so I'll have to work around that. But to start off with, let's get our slow lands out. We'll check out a Rogren Trio. I'm very excited to play this card. It is an Island Mountain Plains. Yeah, I just don't have any luck when it comes to the game. Look, you notice that it's suddenly gotten heaps better, and then it'll slow down again. I can graphics change the resolution a bit lower. The quality that was already at lowest. I can drop that a bit, but I probably won't. I think we can work around it. It seems to be okay. We'll put down a Godless Shrine, and we'll do it untapped. Enters tapped, I mean. We've got 2 3-drop Teferis. This is just rude. This is just mean. And so far, it seems like this guy may have the mirror. It's quite possible. So, this is where we will drop this out and we'll pay the 2 life so that we can get our Teferi out straight away. It's okay if he kills it.
You show remorse. I'll show restraint.
We will plus it up so that we've got yeah, there we go. We'll plus that up.
Protect you.
No. I mean, like it is, but it's, I don't know. The better the resolution, the better for you guys, because it means you guys can read it through the thing. So. So I've been drinking pineapple juice straight from the bottle. I got a bit of a sore dry throat earlier, and I was recommended by somebody who does theatre that it's a good idea to do pineapple juice to warm it up. That's a big bottle of vodka and juice, a big screwdriver. Alright, so we've got the island out now, and that means we can play the Fires of Invention. And that means we can now play, we can only cast 2 spells per turn, but we don't have to pay the mana cost if it's equal to or less than the amount of lands we've got. So what we want to do is drop the Narset now. It is going to cost 0 for us. We'll play it with the ultimate cost. And then we are going to
understanding above all else.
Gain 2 life, I suppose. We'll plus that one up as well, just to put a bit of an edge on it. But it looks like Anax is out here and ready to. We'll just choose red, whatever. It doesn't bother me. I'm not going to spend it. So we'll go to combat and then turn. So you say holy shit, is that cool? What was cool? The Fires of Invention play. So they're playing mono red. Like mono red is, well, not quite mono red, but like it's, so far we're effectively coming up against a. Oh, I didn't plus the Teferi. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I wanna minus the Teferi next turn. Actually, probably should have just like straight up minused it then. I don't know. I'd rather take the 2 damage on Teferi than minus 3 it. You're right. I should have plus the Teferi. Thank you for reminding me. Here we go.
No more games.
That hurt a bit. So we can basically, because we can only cast 2 spells per turn, we can just drop the Rorgon Triome, and it doesn't matter if it comes out tapped or not, because the 2 spells we're going to cast are going to be for free because they're equal to or less than the amount of lands I got. So when it enters the battlefield, discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards, and when it dies, it deals X damage to each opponent and planeswalker they control, where X is the number of land cards in your graveyard. So that's not bad when you've got the cards in the graveyard, but we don't want them to die straight away. What we're going to do is actually Cavalier of Flame. Play that for 0. That's going to enter. We're going to discard both the Vantress and the thing, so we can get 2 more options. Now we can play either the Karuga, which is our companion, so it's not in our hand, it's actually just outside the game, or the Kunaros, which prevents them from getting stuff from their graveyard. But right now, I think the Karuga is the best option, because that will bring that out, and that will be very neat. Restock our hand. We can play another land, apparently, so we will... Oh no, that's cycling, never mind, that's why that's there. We will plus this. Actually, no, we'll do this. Because we don't need the second Teferi, really.
Consider the future.
We will
Then strike.
discard the second Teferi. And we will do 3 damage to... it'll do damage to me. We'll do 3 damage to that. Kill that off. That'll remove that problem. And there he goes, he quits. Okay. Yeah, so Jeskai Fires is not a fair deck. Once you've got that Fires out, and everything you've got in your hand is like within the 4 or 5 mana. It curves relatively well. The Karuga is a companion that can be used as a companion if your deck doesn't have anything less than 3 costs in it for permanence. So that's pretty cool. But there is actually, is it permanence or is it anything? Because there's a what was that fire enchant? It's called Fires of Invention. Yeah. So this deck is known as Jeskai Fires. It plays off of having Jeskai cards, where it doesn't really matter what your mana base is, because once you get the Fires of Invention out, it's just the amount of lands you've got, not what colors they are. So let's keep smashing through on standard rank, okay? You don't get the names that people call the decks. Okay, so Fires, because the card is the combo card is Fires of Invention. Jeskai, because that's the name of the shard, I think. So I can't remember if it's a shard or not. So you might have seen. Keep all those. Don't bother me. We will play land slowly. Enters tapped. So Jeskai, it basically means blue, red, white. Yeah, so like the guilds, for example, Golgari is green and black. Izzet is blue and red. And so that's one of the transitions that you say, like, oh, it's a Golgari deck because it's green and black. Same thing for the shards and I can't remember what the other one was called. Basically, they're the 3 colors, and there's enemy colors and there's allied colors. So if they're next to each other on the thing or beside each other, oh, there's a hand. Ah, not my head, not my head. Oh, my hat's been stolen, and now my hair looks amazing. We will chuck this down here, and just go next. Is that an instant? That is an instant. So we can stomp someone with that. Oh man, it's in my face now. Like, and turn. Wedges, that's the one. There's wedges and shards. I feel like you took so long to answer that question, Alan, because you actually Googled it. Well done, but Benny and Cass. Resolve. Yes, that's right. That's totally okay. It's got hexproof. I can't do anything about it. Pass to attackers. My turn. We're still, like, it's got a Fires of Invention in our hand now, so we might as well play that. We'll play it. Enters tapped. Now, unless they do something really good right now, I just took forever to read it. Oh yeah, sweet. That's right. That's right. You can wifey was worried that she swore. And then somebody might have heard her swear. She's got very sensitive ears. So this guy could be playing Bant Ramp. Bant is... she effing swore? Yeah, Alan's not happy with you. Yeah. How dare you? How very dare you? So just you're not my real dad, like I'm Oscar's real dad. Where are we? Fibbly Thip. Yes, they're playing Fibbly Thip. Gotta pay attention to the game, hey. Okay, so Fibbly Thip comes out. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. If you enter from the library, it was cast from your library. Draw 2 cards instead. Yeah, pass to attackers. What are they going to do? No attacks because they don't want to lose their rampy card there. Now we've got this this neat scenario where I can play the Fabled Passage. I can activate it, sack that, pull out a land. Let's pull out one of our islands. We've got white, we've got black. We've got 2 blues there, we've got a red. Let's make it a basic mountain. And then we will play Fires of Invention. So that's our first spell for the turn, because this is not a tricycle. No, because this is actually basic land. So like the tricycles aren't basic lands. They can only be fetched by things that directly reference an island, swamp, or whatever. You know. So now I effectively have a free spell as long as it's 4 or less mana, which is this one. We'll bring this out, play it for the alternate casting cost, and then we'll toss it so that it can survive any little chip damage that they've got on the board to throw at it. So maximum they can really do is 3 at this point, so I'm not too stressed. We will gain 2 life, give us a bit of an edge, and then we'll add the red, and we will go to combat next. So we are in a funny spot because we don't actually have the mana to fully cast this, but the Narset, if the Narset survives until next turn, we can actually cast the Cavalier of Flame, which will then, you know, roll on and give us some more mana. So they're going to do that. She's going to do the damage, but we're going to add. As long as exile to 1 target creature you control and return it, and then tap another target creature. So in this case, we're going to gain 2 life. We're going to add, let's say, red. And we should be able to cast that. What was that? Was that not red? On a non-creature spell. Ah. Orange. That's no fun. That's an enchantment at the moment, so we actually can't cast that. That's super annoying. That's a non-creature. That's a creature spell, isn't it? We just need that extra bit of mana. Let's, for the sake of not doing anything, let's stomp that, and we'll do it for free because I'm not paying attention correctly. Here we go. Stomp that. Resolve, and then we will oh, so you got rid of the thing so that it's fizzled. Alright, well, they're playing relatively smart here. No mana burn anymore. When was the last time you played Magic, dude? Wow. I hope that was a joke. Because I haven't been mana burn for like 20 years. It's been insane. It's been a long time since mana burn, dude. Very long time. No, they got rid of mana burn. I think that was just a management thing because everyone had kept on having to have tokens and stuff to hold on to how much mana they had. There were too many arguments about what mana had been spent on what. Yeah, we are up that creek with no paddle. We will drop that. We can We can actually like remove some of the stuff. Like we can remove the Thassa. Oh, it's indestructible. So we can't do damage to it. But it's only a creature when its devotion is less than 5. We can remove that. What's the devotion? Is 1. It says there 5. So if we can get rid of one of these blue creatures, we could deal with that. Anyway, Kenrith is a good card to have out at all times. Kenrith is super functional. Does heaps and heaps of stuff. We can right now we can. Was it one? So we can do target play against 5 life, or we can do all creatures gain trample and haste until end of turn. That's pretty neat. Bring out Karuga. Draw a card for each other permanent you control with mana cost 3 or greater, which will be 4 cards. We can't spend any of them. Let's do it. Let's do that. Let's come. Beat that timer. We draw that many cards. That's a cycle. We will do this. We will target play against 5 life, and we'll do it to ourselves. No worries. Plossel? Yeah, I ran out of time. I wasn't thinking straight. I was trying to talk through it. I'm a bit of a talking player, but because this is ranked, the timers are very strict. They're very quick. Oh, what we needed was another Garuda. We're not in a good spot, put it that way. Resolve that. So now that is at 6. Pass to attackers. There's going to be a bit of a swing here. I think it would be very, very silly for them not to. So it wasn't a third Garuda. It was using Thassa to pop the Garuda a second time in it's not pretty. There's only 2 Garudas thanks to Spark Double, which allows them to double it up. Yeah. That is going to be game. I'm just going to say good game because there is no way I can. Actually, no. Stop it. Actually, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much over. Yeah, I'm going to concede this. Just so that we can get some good games in. Cool, you have now purchased an airbrush kit. What did you purchase? Did you go for the good one? What would Dilbert do with an airbrush kit? Is it Dilbert? You would airbrush your way to victory. Oh, I don't know what to do. No, let's do it again. Let's just play through. Let's keep smashing standard rank. Jeskai fires. You went for an Iwata something or other. That's super confident, isn't it? So we will start with scheme events, and then just for gigs, we will. He's playing a Lurrus deck, so pay 2 life. So he's got Lurrus of the Dream Den as the companion here, which can be a little bit rough. We'll drop the Triome. So we'll hold on to some blue mana for Mystical Dispute if we need to. So Lurrus of the Dream Den is each permanent card in your starting deck has. Oh yeah, so basically, if all the cards in your deck are 2 drops, 2 drops or less, if you have it out during each of your turns, you may cast 1 permanent spell with a converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. So, I'm holding on to my Mystical Dispute specifically for this card. I do not want him to get it out because he can just start cycling stuff out or pulling stuff out of his graveyard. So we'll put this guy out. We do kind of need one more land. Alan, let's just say, if you get an airbrush, you will be fine. You'll just be able to learn how to use it and you'll get good at it. Some are better than others, but you will learn to master that skill regardless of how much quality is on the machine. Alright, so we've now got this one out. We'll pay the 2 life. And we'll get the... what does Draneth do? Okay, cool. We'll chuck the 5 Revision out. To clean up the garage? Why? Now we're putting this out. Kunros will prevent them from getting stuff out of the graveyard. It's going to get very rough for him in a second. He's got a bunch of stuff. He's chipping me away with the damage. But alright, let me see here. Doesn't bother me, comes out tapped. We've got 2 5-drops that we can play outright. So we'll play the Kenrith at 0 mana. He's only got a red mana open, so he hasn't got a counter spell there. The nozzles. So next fortnight we can buy that tank. Yeah, no worries, man. That's cool. Cavalier of Flame. We'll drop that because that'll allow us to discard and then redraw that many cards, but we actually want to hold on to those. We still want to hold that Mystical Dispute, I think. So, submit O. And then Kenrith can spend 1 red mana to give creatures trample and haste until end of turn. This is neat. And then we can also get Kenrith to spend... that'll ruin our counter spell, but it'll give us 5 life to bring us back up to nearly starting. But we will go to combat. We will go to attackers. Oh, kitty cat. We will wait. So we'll attack with that, and that... he can double block the Kenrith. Draneth Stinger... I'm going to do a lot of damage to him if I just swing wide, swing through entirely. And I've got that to counter his Lareth. So you know what? I'm going to attack with everything. It's kind of like a baiting move, this one. Hoses are hoses. Can't I Kenrith that instant? So what's going on here? Alright. He's just cycling through a bunch of stuff to try and get some damage out to me. Next 2 blockers. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Not much, I guess. Oh yikes, I probably could have like pumped that twice. Should have thought about that. End turn. Can you kill me, mate? I think we're going to get a scoop on this one. It's in a really bad spot. I've got the counter from the mystical dispute. He's going to try and widen his board a little bit by spending all his mana to cycle stuff. Okay, so we will use his ability to gain 5 life. Oh, excuse me for a second. Good games now. Mitchell speaking. So you got someone ringing up to enter the painting competition, so that's pretty cool. And then we'll go to blockers here. I don't know if there's any. Yeah, he's scooping. Told you we get a scoop. Told you we get a scoop. So this is cool. So we're talking airbrushes. We're talking painting competition. We're talking all sorts of other stuff. One of the things that I had to think about to fix the frame rate on the thing. Ooh, I got a reward. To fix the frame rate is to get rid of that pet, because the pet can sometimes add a little bit of extra work on the RAM. So we'll go with none, which is a shame because the pet is cute. The pet is adorable. You'll notice that my avatar, the avatar is Lazav. Lazav is one of my favorites. He's got a really cool card called Lazav Multifarious that allows him to turn into any creature that's in the graveyard. That's a pretty cool card. I've actually built a commander around it, and it's one of my favorite decks. So that's pretty cool. All right, so what are we up to here? We're doing some winning. We've had 3 games. We've lost 1. We've won 2. We're doing pretty good. My wife has returned, hopefully, with food. That'll be good. We're expecting to get a message. Doo-doo. Okay. So, for those of you playing at home, we just had a new member join the Discord, and he's keen to get stuck into the painting competition, which is really cool. If you are interested in painting and joining our painting competition, you get a chance to win some really cool prizes, then please jump in. Make sure that you have a look at the rules on what to do, and yeah, you can win some pretty cool prizes. Enters taps. Let's do that. We don't need it. We don't need it. I mean, we could have probably casted Teferi, but you've got the companion is Kahira the Dawn Guard, the Orphan Guard. So this is the cool one. This is the cat one. This is cats, elementals, nightmares, dinosaurs, or beasts. It's not a fair card. It does a lot of things. It's like a crazy cross tribal thing. It's the cat moose, the camoose. We shall play ourselves a steam vent. We shall pay the 2 life. We shall play Fires of Invention, which then allows us to play a Teferi out for basically free, which is not something that you really want to sneeze at. And then we'll plus him so that he can survive any chip damage they throw at him this particular turn.
Trust me, I have a plan.
The Teferi is mostly there just to limit your opponent, slow them down, and also we can bounce. Yeah, there you go. They quit. They quit. We are at the early rank, so we've ranked up now to Bronze Tier 3. In the next sort of hour or so, we might be able to make it up to about Silver, so that'll be pretty cool. But what I wouldn't mind doing right about now, I'm going to take a very, very short break. I might leave you with Bob for a bit, and we'll go from there. So, where is Bob? Hey, Bob. I mean, Bob. Bob. I found Bob. I'll be back in a second. Bob, mate, deal with the plan. Deal with the plan, mate, Bob. You hear that chewing? Yum, yum, yum. I'm back. But my amazing wife got me some butter chicken from Coley's. AKA the best butter chicken in the world. So I'm just going to sit here and enjoy it in front of you guys. Yum, yum, yum. Cool. Alright. Let's jump straight back in and play. Standard ranked with our Jeskai fires. Actually, no, I haven't seen Ryan Grisling in a little while. Ryan Grisling is... he found his way to the other end of the room somehow. That means he's going to be a bit lazy. We'll mulligan that. We've got a Fires of Invention. Deafening Clarion is good removal. What do we have the mana for? We have mana for Deafening Clarion, I think. Yeah, so we'll... So the Sphinx of Foresight is mostly there so you can scry into your Fires of Invention. So, I don't know. We'll keep the 6. We'll keep that. So we can trick out our lands so we know that we can get the Cavalier. So we'll get rid of the Deafening Clarion. Like, I know it's good removal, but we've got a curve here that we can... Yep. So we'll do that. We'll make sure that we've got the lands. We'll get rid of the Sphinx of Foresight. Don't need that. So we're in easy straight. We're going to get our 5 lands very quickly. We'll make sure that we play our tap lands first. I've got the microphone on, right? Just turn the microphone off so you don't get the chewing. Get the trio out. So this isn't going to be pretty because when you get 3 triomes, next turn it'll be Fires and Sphinx on the same turn. The next turn it'll be Cavalier and Karuga. Cavalier, and we'll have the mana to spend to make Cavalier super hasty. So this turn we want to put planes down and Fires and Sphinx to go with it. They're going to sit there and scoop because they know what we've done. I do feel kind of bad, but I mean, the nature of Magic is that you have a metagame. You have cards that are quite obviously very powerful. I mean, like, I basically won by my opponent scooping all the way to the top with the Oko deck that came out last time. Which was, you know, I mean, in a lot of those cases, I didn't have the board state to win, and they just scooped. So it's a bit of a habit that people get into. When they see a card they don't like, they scoop. But generally, if a card is winning a lot, it's going to be a card they don't like. So it's the nature of Magic, isn't it? I'll stream till 8:30. So I'm just gonna jump off and go say goodbye to my wife, but then I'll be back to smash some more people at Magic. It's alright, don't panic. I'm back. I am back. Sorry about that. I had to tend to my wife. Make sure that she was good to head home. Whew, whew. I know. You were panicking there, weren't you? Good thing Dilbert was here. Tend to my wife. Not a euphemism. I was literally just talking to her. She's got a sore neck. I want to make sure she was okay to walk home. Not a euphemism. She also got me Coley's. Coley's butter chicken. Easily the best in the world. Well, look at that. See if we can, nope, nothing. Nothing. Okay. 3 mana. We've got a 3 mana creature there. Can we get it out with that? Yeah, we can. Keep 6. We'll put the Deafening Clarion back on the bottom again because I would really like those other cards to be in my code. Oh, I didn't make her. I didn't make her. She decided to do it herself. Bring that in tapped. Yikes. They're making me reveal my hand. They're going to take my Conros, probably. Nope, they're taking my Narset. Well, I mean... Narset is a nightmare card, but wow. No, thankfully we do live in a relatively good part of town. It's very rare that everyone comes across it. We live literally two blocks away from the shop, so it's not like much going on there. But that's why I always make sure she's good to go. Where are we? We'll drop this one out. And just tapped. Don't want to risk losing life here. Looks like they might have some sort of sack deck. Which is, generally if you see the Rakdos colors, that's what you're up against. Get that out. Get that out. Get the Kronos out. That Fable Passage is a rude card, hey? That. They're playing flyers too. They're playing a slightly different version of flyers, I think. So, that was not very nice. Right, what are we going to do here? Let it resolve, basically. 2 damage to any target. Do we have nothing for them to return to my hand? So, the Ashok is
Deep below.
gonna +1. Yeah, that's for sure. Create these awful nightmares. These these are super mill cards. They're crazy. Pass to attackers. My turn. I'm going to scoop that. There is absolutely no way that I can win this. Sounds a bit drastic, but it really was not looking good for me. I've got all that juice. Let's try another one. keep it. Allows us to scry through to our Fires of Invention. Okay. 3 lands. Let's. Now we've got 2 of these guys in our hand, so we can actually do this twice, I think. So let's chuck these 3 lands at the bottom, in the hope that one of these next cards is a fires. It is not, so we'll put the non-land cards at the bottom. Actually, let's chuck all of them at the bottom, because that brings us much closer to the Fires of Invention that we need to win the game. So, Savire Triome, let's play that tapped. Awesome. Play the Rorgrin Triome. Just tapped. Now the Hallowed Fountain will come in. We'll put that in. What's that? In highlights. Well, I don't watch Hearthstone videos because Hearthstone is an incredibly boring game. And just tapped. Man, they're really making us grind out for this this Fires, aren't they? This deck is not playing out too well. I will activate this ability. Activate the ability. Pull out another island so that we can cast the Sphinx of Foresight. Because it's the 4th land we've got, it untaps as per Fabled Passage's rules. So if you crack the Fabled Passage on turn 4 or later, or like 4 to bring out your 4th land, that's all right. So this is coming straight out. And lovely enough, we might end up hard casting the Karuga. That would be a little bit amusing. Oh mate, he beat us to the Fires. He beat us to the Fires. However, okay, so playing the, so we're in a funny spot. We got to find this Fires now, basically. That doesn't help us at all either. Look, what are we going to do here? Are we going to be able to manage 3 red mana? If we drop this to the Steam Vents, we could Cavalier of Flame outright. And the Cavalier is strong enough to beat the Bone Crusher Giant, so that gives us our board. I think getting the Cavalier out here is the most important thing at this point, given that we can't. So we'll put out 2 life. We'll play out the Cavalier. And now we've got a creature tough enough to do stuff. We want to discard any number of cards and then draw that many cards. So, let's go. Let's discard all of them. Still haven't found a Fires. Blimey. Not good. So, I mean, like, Fabled Passage is like a worse fetch or a better Evolving Wilds. Fetches. Is that what you're asking about? Because fetches are in Modern still. No, Fires. So I said, like, I mean, where are my Fires? I haven't found them. I've gone through an awful lot of my deck at this point. He's attacking with a 4/3. I want to just block with the thing. Let's do it. I mean, like, that's what we're here for. His Bone Crusher Giant's going to die. He's now got 2 spells to cast. Yeah, Evolving Wilds. So Evolving Wilds is staple card for... Ah, here we go. Yeah, I see what he was doing. So, like... we've already got its ferry in hand. So we'll put that at the bottom. And hopefully the next one is the fires. Not a fires. That is just stupid. Let me see. We'll put out of planes. We'll protect ourselves a little bit, I think, this way. We don't really... sorry. So the amount of flexibility isn't necessary if we have fires of invention. At the moment we don't have the fires, but I just cannot be bothered thinking too hard right now. So Karuga's coming out. We've drawn the card off of that. Wasn't the fires. We will attack with Sphinx of Foresight. Now, I don't know. It's going to be a trade, I guess. Unless he's got something wacky going on here. We'll go no blocks. We'll see what he's playing at. He's not a high-ranked player at the moment. So, he might just be terrible. You never know. But also, he might have had something... Here we go. Favourite wishes. You may choose a non-creature card going from outside the game. Reveal it. He's playing Leyline of the Void. He's grabbing that. Holy moly. We've already got all of the lands in our hand. Just what a fires. However, 2 flyers is not bad. And if we were to put, say, Hallowed out, pay the 2 life, get another Sphinx out, and Teferi.
Let's slow this down.
To pop the Fires of Invention back to his hand. He didn't shuffle properly at all. I slept on that. I should have shuffled it much better. Would have been way better. Drew another card and still didn't get a Fires of Invention. Don't know where it is. We'll attack with everything because it's quite a lot of pressure on him at this point. He's going to take 5 and lose his fairies. I'm happy to lose that Sphinx at this point. It's a good game. What's he going to do? Leyline? I mean, like, what is Leyline box? There you go. Good game, good game, good game. So we're rapidly approaching my scheduled 7:30 break, the proper one that isn't an interruption from the wife. Not that I'm complaining. She brought me good food. It was good. I'm feeling a little bit food comatose. But I might actually hit up that time to take out the trash. Whoa, that's a really mean thing to say about Oscar the Grouch. He says he's not grouchy. He's just a dude. He's really cool. I love my Oscar. He's my man. He's my dude. Don't you mean Oscar? But I am going to go take my break now, so that way we can power through and see if we can can't hit the silver. Yeah, we'll smash through. Cool. All right, I'll leave you with a combination of Dilbert Gilbert. I'll stack him up on something so that you can say hi to him, and I'll also chuck in Bob for you. All right, give me a second. All right, Bob, you can go here. Very good. Comfy? Comfy? Cool. Stick you in the... Yeah, perfect. And how are you going to get into frame? You're going to have to stack it or something. There you go. Dilbert and Bob. Dilbert and Bob. He's your friend. He's Dilbert and Bob. I will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. I'm back. I am back. Alright, we've got a few more viewers now. Hello Sky, how you doing? That's, what is in store for tonight? So, we are we are playing some Magic. Just getting, usually we have the Tuesday night. So, hi back. Very funny. Yeah, so we've got some stuff going here. Yeah, it's a good one. So we're going to be streaming some more Magic. We're going to be playing some Standard to make up for the lack of Tuesday night Standard. Also, actually, give me a second. Hiya! Hiya! I decided that we're going to have some prizes tonight. Chair streamer, best streamer, easily. So, we have some packs that I'm going to give away in a little bit towards the end of the stream. So, after we've played some games, make some notes, do some cool stuff, and we'll try and figure out. Just bring this over here, and we will give away these packets of cards. As you probably heard, the restrictions are going to start easing up very lightly on Friday, so it should be okay to come and pick these prizes up from the store if you want. So we'll figure out a way of offering those up very, very soon. In the meantime, let's continue playing some ranked. Oh, we'll jump back in here. Let's get our OBS open and we'll jump back in here. And we will head into the arena overlay. Yes, so you guys will have your chat pop up and you'll be able to see what's going on screen. So, we have the Sphinx of Foresight in our opening hand, so we'll keep that. That gives us a chance to scry the first 3 cards at the beginning of the game and by revealing it from our hand. And see if we can start digging for that that card that we need. So there are 4 lands in our hand, so we can probably safely ditch the whole lot of these. It is sometimes a good idea to hold on to the Teferi, but I think right now we should be fine to get rid of all of them. It is more important to get that fires out as soon as possible. Duel! And we'll drop a trio. We will also drop Savai Trio. Get these guys out. It's the maximum amount of flexibility that we can have early on in the game. So it gives us a chance to Bone Crusher Giant that thing in the next turn. Or we could, obviously we're going to have to. So they get the ability to draw a card here, which is interesting enough. There's our fires. We're good to go. We are good to go. So we'll put out our Hallowed Fountain and leave it enters tapped so that we don't lose the life. And that's an instant. So we will go to combat. It's best to... I think it's best to hit this while his mana is closed. Well, he doesn't have any blue open mana, so we will pump that. Bam. Yes. That goes into our adventure pile, so we can cast it again later. Possibly on the next turn. Actually, not on the next turn, because this turn is when we're going to play our Fires of Invention. We'll play this. It comes in if we've got an island. Wait a second, just double check. Hallowed Fountain is an island, yes. So it's going to come in untapped. That means we can play Fires of Invention. That's 1 spell. of the 2 that this card restricts us to per turn. He's probably going to counter that. I should have totally read the open mana. Whoops. Oh no, he's just going to flash in a creature. Okay, that's fair enough. So now we've got one more spell that we can cast, and we could make it... he's got a flyer there, he's got a 3/2. Whenever you cast a spell during your opponent's turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Brian Cutthroat. He's not going to get that in the next before the next turn, so we'll cast that Speeds of Foresight. That's 4/4, so it'll be able to safely absorb an attack from that Brian Cutthroat. The whole plan really is to be able to drop the Kenrith Return King and the Cavalier of Flame on the next turn, because we'll have that 5th land. There you go. There's the scoop. A bit of a shame that we get so many scoops, because it doesn't really make for a really great viewing. But that's okay. That's okay. So I want you guys to keep count of the scoops. That's one thing I want you to keep count of, because that may or may not be a way to win a prize from now. So let's go again. Yeah, look, I mean, it's annoying when they scoop, but it saves a bit of time, because really, if they're in a position where they're going to scoop, they probably weren't going to be a very good player in the first place. It's better to not drag out a boring game that we have full control of. I would rather have some interesting gameplay here to sort of work on. So that would be cool. Okie dokie. We have the fires in the opening hand. We have 4 lands to get there. That is a keeper if I ever saw one. We have a Mystical Dispute. So we have a counter spell sitting there and 1 blue mana. This is a really, really good opening hand. So we'll drop that island straight up. And that means we've got a counter spell if we need it. Then we will start dropping other stuff. Let's cancel that for a second. Maybe if we drop the... Nah, we'll put the Savite Triome down. We've still got the counter, so that's alright. We should be able to cancel it. It is a really nice hand. I'm quite happy with this. Growth Spiral! Now this is going to be, so draw a card and put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. This is where we want to trip them up. All right, so we'll counter it with a Mystical Dispute. That means this is probably Bant Ramp. Bant Ramp is a deck that obviously ramps up early on. Bant being the colors white, blue, and green. They would be very foolish not to have a bit of white in this deck if they're trying to ramp, simply because the Teferi, the 3-cost Teferi is an absolute nightmare to deal with when you've got loads of mana behind it to protect it. So we will play, it costs 1 red, and that's got the 1 red, so we're good to go there. We can actually drop this tapped. Keep saying that the wrong way. And then go to combat, end the turn. So we've got a removal spell sitting in our hand. That does 2 damage to whatever. Very surprised they don't have anything to cast here. Move to attackers. My turn. A bit odd that they don't have that. They've got blue open though, so there's a chance that they will be able to counter that fires, which would be super annoying. Except we've got 2 of them, so that's all right. That means that we've got the follow-up on the next turn, which is really good. So we play the Swamp because it doesn't come in tapped and isn't going to cost us anything to come in, and we'll play the Fires of Invention. We'll sit there and wait while they agonize over countering it or not. Of course they're going to counter it. Frilled Mystic, that's the one. So we're going to take a hit from the Frilled Mystic at the start of next turn, but then the next turn, fingers crossed, we will be able to drop that fires and they won't have another Frilled Mystic or whatever to do that to me with. Maybe. very actually now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sort of very lax to do that. But that'll come in untapped, thanks to the fact that I've got another island sitting here. I can scry 2 if I want. I've got 5 mana, so I can drop the Kenrith. What I'll probably do, I'm going to drop the Kenrith, see if I can draw out a counter spell here. Okay. There you go. So they're going to counter the thing, and so that's now emptied their hand a little bit. So now we're in a position where we might have a chance to actually empty our hand onto the board using the Fires of Invention. The 2 Bone Crusher Giants, however, are very good right now. We will pay the 2... No, because once the Fires is out, we actually... Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter at all. So we will play the Fires in the hope that they don't have a counter spell. The time it's taking them for them to do this, I'm going to say yes it does. Yes, they have a negate. Frustrating. Frustrating. Very frustrating. They're going to do a whole stack of damage to me. Now, I have the ability to Bone Crush a Giant. The Brineborn Cutthroat is the most important. We're going to play Deafening Clarion. Does 3 damage to each creature. That. That'll kill everything. That was a very expensive turn for us, but it was kind of necessary because he's got us against the ropes here. We can cast Kuruga, but we also want to have creatures that are 3 or more out before we do that. So, Bone Crusher Giant. Wow. Just, honestly, wow. There's just so much going on here. Yeah, that's, I'll survive the next turn, no problem. It's the intense amount of fiddling around I'm going to have to do that. It's the turn after that I probably won't. I'm saying. Just got a message from the wife. Home's safe, by the way. Yeah, sweet. Okay. Yeah, so wifey made it home. Probably had to ninja kick her way through a whole bunch of stuff. Just for some reason turn the microphone off. That was daft. Resolve. That can come out. We'll just have to deal with it. Pass it in turn. Oh, we are dead. We are very dead. That's a good game and a scoop concede. Well done. Well done. So, that's yeah, that's it. Type F for freedom. Is that how that works? I'm not quite sure what this this whole thing's supposed to be, so who knows. All right, so we're at bronze tier 2. So we got to win like 9 games maybe to reach silver. That's what we're going to aim to do. So, where are we at? Let's do this again. Let's do this again and again and again and again until we hit the top rank in the world. You consider to be number 1. So, yeah, as you can see, my avatar is Lazav. Very fond of that one. So we'll keep this. We keep this because we've got the Scry from the Sphinx of Foresight. Sphinx of Foresight? Yes. Sphinx of Foresight. We've got the counter from Mystical Dispute, and the Konoros prevents them from getting stuff out of their graveyard, which is really cool. It's also got Vigilance, Menace, and Lifelink. We've got this, so we'll do this, sure. Yeah, we'll put all of that at the bottom. All of it. We want that fires. It's always got to have the fires come out as soon as possible. If we're worried about counters and things, maybe we should hold on to that Mystical Dispute until we cast it. So that's means it costs one more mana than normal, but we've got a stack of mana in our hands, so let's go for it. We will start by putting this in and paying the 2 life, just in case. Just in case. I like this green glow I've got around my head. It's pretty good. We've got, this is an island now, so we can actually drop that without it coming in untapped. Okay, whenever you cycle another card for the first time each turn, create a 1/1 white human soldier token. So we're not going to come up against any counters, so the fires will be able to easy cast. We will Mystical Dispute this, so if you remember last time, oh no wait, it has to be against a blue card, doesn't it? We can't do that. Play another Castle Vantress. Crack my back. That's another Valiant Rescuer. Yeah. So now we will Mystical Dispute it. Because otherwise he's just going to end up with a monster board with just like hundreds of guys out. So we don't want to do that. We'll auto pay that. We will play the Sacred Foundry. We'll pay the 2 life. We will play the Fires of Invention. So that's our first spell for the turn. And then we've got 4 mana, so we can actually drop the Sphinx of Foresight for 0, which allows us to absorb the attack from a Valiant Rescuer, which is good. Nice beatboxing? Nah, it's terrible beatboxing, but you know, I do try to entertain the troops, you know, just going to keep it real. Have you met our new friend, Dilbert the plant? Dilbert was a gift from Owen Cowley, who is in charge of getting all the D&D up and running at Nowra High, so he's a really good dude. He's always been a very good supporter of the SOP. Dilbot in the pot. Ditch the Atherios or the Kunaros because I've already got one. Dilbert. No, not with a G, with a D. Go. So basically, just by dropping one of these, I can now I can enter tapped, and I can still drop the Cavalier of Flame. Discard that and that. There you go. That's another scoop. Yet another scoop. I mean, we can call him Dillbot if you want. We'll give him robot arms. How does that sound? And then he can help Bob try and take over the world or something. Actually, if we gave him robot arms, Bob would have no arms, and then he would be very, very upset. Dilbert in the plant pot. Dilbert. Does anyone ever remember that actress, Lacey Chabert? Dilbob. Yeah! Dilbob. Yes. We'll keep that. It's got a 5 in it. I'm playing a bit reckless right now. We'll submit that because we want to see what we've got coming up. So we've got 2 lands. We want to make sure that we've got as many lands as we can in there. So we'll drop the Deafening Clarion down to the bottom, and that means we've got our land drops for the next 2 turns. In the meantime, we've got some action on the field that we can mess around with. We'll enter taps, protect ourselves, protect your neck. Like, if someone could draw a picture of Dilbob, that would be phenomenal. I would love that. That would be so... We'll have a picture of Dilbob just hanging up in the shop. That'd be really cool. Alright, so we've got Rorgrim Trio. Let's do that because we can't cast anything else, so we might as well drop the auto-tap land first. Next turn, we're going to have a Kinross. We cannot cast that because we don't have any black mana, sadly. But we do want to prepare ourselves for the Sphinx of Foresight or the Fires of Invention. I reckon we drop this one out. Enter taps. Can you see Dilbert again? Yes, you can. Here's Dilbert. In fact, let's pop into a larger version of the screen. I think I'm biggest in this one. I'm just going to keep playing in the background while you sketch Dilbert. Do that. Pay the 2 life to enter, and then we'll Flames of Invention. And then we'll drop the Sphinx of Foresight, and we'll do that. You got it? Yeah, it's Dilbert is a young plant. Hasn't got much going on yet. Yet to hit puberty, I guess. Is that what happens with plants? They have a moment where they become like really angry at their parents and just like lash out as much as they can, and then like get acne and. Yeah, man, ouch. That was rough. That was not okay, guy on the internet. So we will drop the Rorgrim Triome and we'll bring it in tapped. And then we will, I don't know. It seems a little bit rude, but... So we're going to, like, 2 Cavalier of Flames here. That's 6 each. Can we get it for lethal here if he doesn't block? I reckon we might be able to, because we can drop Cavalier of Flame for free. Hey, Short Unicorn, how you doing? Short Unicorn is responsible for this setup. We big thanks, big thanks. Play for free. We will discard this number of cards, maybe this one and this one. Submit the 2, and then we will play this Cavalier of Flame. And then we will discard this number of cards and draw another one just to see what we get. Oh well, we'll just drop. Oh no, that's cycling. So we'll then activate his ability. It's a +1/+0 and haste, and activate the ability again, +1/+0 and haste, and we will all attack. So that's he's gonna have to block at least one of those. Like that is brutal. As big attack, can he do 7 damage to me this turn? You can't see the match. Oh, actually, yeah, that's right. This is what's happening to me. This is what is happening on the match. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me that I got this this really shiny stream deck, and not showing you anything because I'm lazy. Either way, very close match, but a victory for me. Unless he can stinger me 3 times. He doesn't, he can't. Oh, mate! Exactsies! Wow! Good game. I can't, wow, he got me. He got me. Just on Exactsies. Wow. I'm gonna go to sleep on the city and just Sadzilla. No, I'm very impressed with that. That was he took all of the damage he could. He blocked the like he knew he had that. Like it's that was well planned. So it I should have read it. I mean, like it was a pretty gutsy play from me anyway. But at the end of the day, as soon as I swung with everything, he was like, mate. And I was like, mate. That's rough. Alright, let's keep going. We're going to have to do a bit more work to try and get to silver here. Playing with the top tier deck with the Jeskai Fires that I shamelessly ripped off the internet. Now just an interesting one. That doesn't count as a scoop. That was a straight victory. It came out of nowhere. Sphinx of Foresight, we'll keep that. We've got 3 lands and a Sphinx of Foresight. We've got the lands that we need to basically make the Teferi work, so we'll keep that as well. We'll do that. The Sphinx of Foresight allows us to scry 3 at the start, so that we know that what we need to do to start digging for that Fires of Invention. So, let's start by playing a Steam Vents. We will play Plains, because that means we've got removal off the Bone Crusher. We will... Oh, well, we've got to end turn. Just sitting here happily waiting along. Fervent Champion. He's playing a super aggressive deck. Fervent Champion is a really, really cool card. Apart from the fact that the face on the guy, you can't really see it on the screen there, but the face on the guy is a little bit creepy. What do you do frequently? Forget to hit the button? No, it's just like, I've been instinctively pressing the button in the first place. I'm hopping up here. No. So, and then I forget to turn on the continue game button. Oh yeah. It's usually a good idea to lean on the spacebar when you know you don't need it. Pastoral attackers will let them attack me with that fervent champion. It's going to deal 1 damage. Pastoral blockers. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna remove him early. Bye. Why? Why do I keep doing that? Wow. That was yet another scoop. Stick a thumbtack to the pin. So like, so instead of it muting, you'll just hear me go every time. Yeah, okay. Let's not do that. We need another win to get up to the next level of bronze tier. I've got a message from my wife saying switch screen. Okay. Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? I have pineapple juice. Drunk way too much of this pineapple juice today. I was recommended by somebody to drink pineapple juice because it keeps your throat from getting all rough when you're speaking all day on stream to you guys. So now nailed a whole bottle of it. I'm probably going to get diabetes. That's not a good thing. So we're going to keep this one. We've got 3 lands. We've got that Sphinx. Hopefully that means we will be able to dig and dig and dig for that card we're after, the Fires of Invention. Now these guys both give us blue mana, which means we can over the first 2 turns set ourselves up for the Sphinx of Foresight to be cast. Once the Sphinx is cast, then we've got Scry on tap, basically, which is good. Once the Scry is on tap, as it were, if we've got a Sphinx of Foresight out, it means we get basically a Scry return. Playing against these cycling decks. This lowest cycling deck is a bit of a nightmare. We have a songbot on the channel, so like, I don't know what the legalities are of playing music on channel. I don't know how that works. I'm not super keen to push that little thing for the moment, but this Flourishing Fox has got +1/+1 counters for cards being cycled past it. So what I'm going to do is play a Teferi Time Raveler, and then I'm going to send it back to his hand. And then he's lost all of his value out of that card. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to get a songbot. Twitcher sounds like a new nickname for Tweaker. Guys, we live in Nowra. Probably a good idea. Hey boys, have you seen my stream? Have you seen my stream? Streaming like a balls. So this is funny. This is amusing. We've got a Deafening Clarion, so we can totally plus him, so I don't forget it this time. Thanks for reminding me the last few times, Anthony. I'm going to play the Deafening Clarion because that'll do 3 damage to each creature on the battlefield, and clear that up, and then I will enter that tapped. Okay, so now we will play the Sphinx of Foresights. Oops, I played the wrong one. So if you see down, oh, actually no, it fixed it up for me. Okay, cool, that's right. So if you see down here on, there's sometimes an eyeball next to it. That means the opponent has seen that card and it's actually sitting visibly in the hand on their screen, so they know what you've got. It is always a very good reminder. Always. And just tapped. I'm not losing life over that. I'm going to plus this guy.
I've got time.
So Draenith Stinger is a rude card. Interesting that didn't play the land until after the cycle, so that means they're tight on lands, I guess. I still would rather have a Fires of Invention. There we go. Okay, they can't counter it, so here we go. Dropping a Fires of Invention. Dropping a Kenrith on top of that Fires of Invention. All creatures, yeah, okay. So there's that one. I think I have red mana left. Sweet. I'm going to +1 him.
Here we go.
And then I'm going to... all creatures gain trample and haste until end of turn. And then I'm going to all attack for 9. Just outright hoping, unless there's a read that I haven't got here, that the Stinger can do 2 damage to me. And then he's going to cycle that through, so that's 9. How many more cycles can he get? Oh, wow. Zenith Flare. Forgot about that card. Oh, wow. You know what? You know what? That's sad, Batman. I'm sad, Batman. Sad, Bat. Oh, wait. It's Dilbat. It's Dilbat. That's sent me a pic. All right, sad Batman. Actually, it's probably stop breaking the laws of what do you call it? Copyright or whatever. That's pretty bad. So you sent me a pic. Where did you send me the pic to, Sky? Let's see how quickly it would take me to get this up on the screen. If you sent me a picture. Rough sketch to do it. Where did you send it? I don't have it yet. Oh, where is it? It hasn't quite arrived yet. It is weird. Try sending it to my Facebook. 3 lands. We have 3 lands. We have a Mystical Dispute. We have Fires of Invention. We're keeping this hand. This is well on his way to doing some damage. We've got a Deafening Clarion, so we can destroy some stuff and things. Oh, look at that. Alright. Alright. Sorry. I did it again. But we just got another straight scoop. They didn't even bother to play. Okay. I'm just going to quickly jump out here. Have a look and see. That picture is adorable. Hold on. I'm going to... see if I can get this into the broadcast just quickly, as it takes me a second. Head to this folder and call it Dillbob, and then we'll go to that one. We will go here, bring up that, insert an image. We're looking for Dillbob, and browse for that file. It's somewhere here on the desktop. I'm singing along to keep you guys entertained while I just do boring stuff with the computer. Okay, and can we just flip that? Is it possible at all just to flip the picture? Properties. Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll just chuck it out that way. Alright, guys. I'm going to introduce you all to Dillbob. Yes, that is Dillbob. We got a full-size view of Dillbob here. Like that. Yeah, very nice. Hi, Dillbob. And I got Dillbob in the studio. That's really cool. All right, it is on you to finish that picture to a professional level, because we definitely need some more Dillbob going on here. Also, like how Dillbob's like the bob part, the dill part of Dillbob is upside down. But yeah, that's really cool. That is really cool. So we'll pop up here and we'll insert him into oh dear. No. Oh, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. We want to go Tokyo Skyline. We want to go. Painting comp ends on Friday, so we'll remove that picture from a bunch of different things. And yeah, the painting comp ends on Friday, so we will then do voting, and then we will start a whole extra painting competition for everybody who wanted to take part. So that's really cool. We're going to be giving the prizes away by the end of the week, and yeah, I've actually uncovered a whole stack of new prizes, and it should be good. I think 2 weeks is plenty of time to work on something good. Also give you the chance to reconsider your efforts. So yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing. So I'm back here now. Dillbob's gone away for a second. We're going to jump back into Arena and keep on playing. Keep on racking up them wins. See if we can hit silver before the end of the night. So I don't think it's going to happen because we've had a couple of trip-ups. That Loris deck with the cycling is, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, I mean, like, if we're having a good time, if we're having a fun time, I'm happy to play through till 9 o'clock, but I also should get home at some stage. We have the fires, we have 3 lands, we have a Krunros, which we can cast hard at that point, and the Kenrith, which makes everything joyous. So Let's see how we go. What are we up to? Good games now. Especially it does. Well, it's not the ideal hand, but it's a bloody good hand. Savai Triome. Always drop the Triomes first because we don't have any choice as to whether they come in tapped or untapped. They always come in tapped. Whereas Sacred Foundry, we can make that decision. So you always make sure that the decision can be made at the point where it is key to make it. By playing this one, we now have an island on the battlefield, which means the Castle Vantress can come in untapped. So that's good for the 4th turn, where we won't have to... Ooh, Flourishing Fox, eh? Ouch. Punch me in the head. Play that. We'll pay the 2 life, and we'll play a Knorros to hold back the tide of attacks for the moment. He's only got 1 land. I'm calling a scoop very soon. He's gonna have a look. He's gonna see me drop the Fires of Invention, and everything is going to go to balls for him straight away. So, yes, we'll see how that goes. Castle Vantress comes in untapped. Fires of Invention. See what the response is. He knows we go to combat or attack. I don't mind if you trade, that's fine. And turn, there's no point in putting out our other Knorros at this particular stage. But, like, I don't see what they're expecting to do. Maybe they just like the idea of 2 Flourishing Foxes. Having those 2 big creatures is exciting for them, maybe. I don't think they realize like how easy it's going to be for me to deal with this. I'll block it because I have the replacement to bring out straight away. Drop the planes. Drop a Karuga with the ultimate cost. We will drop a Kenrith, the Returned King. We should have done that in the other order. Bad move. Bad move. We will give everything Trample and Haste until end of turn. And see what mana we got left. What other goodies can we do? Target player gains 5 life. Target player draws a card. I will probably do the 5 life thing on myself. Bring me up to 27 life, and then we'll go to combat, and then we'll go to attackers, and then we'll all attack, because we've got trample, and so on. So it's going to take 10 damage off this guy. Take that. Finger guns. Sometimes I look at the purple pack of Throne of Eldraine cards, which I'm giving away as a prize tonight, and it kind of reminds me of like chocolate bars that you used to be able to get. Do you remember those? Wow, prizes! Wow, prizes! Eat it! No! You're a psychopath. Next 2 damage. Is he expecting to do 27 damage to me in the next turn? I don't think he is. Cool, so he's going to make some big creatures. That's okay. He thinks that he's going to be able to block them. Cycling another credit card. Pumping his creatures. He has to keep them as blockers. I don't know what... Yeah, it does sort of like vaguely remind you of Willy Wonka chocolate bar, doesn't it? So that was a neat move, mate. But now you're on 3 health, and I'm about to drop, like, all of my stuff. My turn. Yes. Yes, my turn. And then... Alright, let's see at which point he scoops. Because he's got no outs at all here. There is absolutely, he's got no mana, he's got nothing he can do. Unless it's a card that says you can cast this for free from your graveyard or from outside the game or whatever. But that's not our thing. Okay. Bone Crusher Giants. We will cast the Bone Crusher Giant for 0 as a 4/3. Cast the Kunaros for 0 costs. We will then give all creatures trample and haste. And then we will go to combat. All attack. How are you? It's a good game. Are you gonna scoop? You're gonna scoop? You're gonna scoop? Or are you just gonna take all the damage? Just gonna take all the damage. That's not very nice. He is gone. It always makes me suspicious when this sort of thing happens because I just don't know how to read the board. I'm like, am I missing something? Always doubt myself, and I really shouldn't doubt myself. We need to win 2 more matches. 2 more matches, I think, to get to silver this turn. So, as you can see, you gain 2 points per win. You lose 1 point per loss. You don't go below your current rank at the moment. In later levels, when you're like at diamond or gold or whatever, you actually lose points as you go. So that one didn't count as a scoop because he let me do the damage. Okay, what are we up to? 3 lands, a Teferi, Bone Crusher. I don't like it. I'm going to mulligan it. 3 lands, Kenrith, 2 Deafening Clarions that we can cast off that mana. That's another scoop. Oh, yeah, we did it! I don't know about you, but I'm keeping track of my scoops, and there have been a lot of them. Yeah, it does. Like it does. But you sort of, if you've got a decent enough deck, it's not too hard to scheme past that. You've got to play well and to get it. So, oh, that's Heath. Heath. Just so you know, we're doing prizes. There will be prizes that you could win, but because you may have missed some of the other things that we've been trying to keep track of. So, yeah. Let's keep going. We're about to hit silver with Jeskai Fires. Jeskai Fires. Who's that go? Who's that go? It's Jeskai Fires. Did I play well? I think I played pretty well. Fires of Invention. I got 3 lands to get there, but I needed to have a red mana. I can't even cast it to Teferi, but I'm going to keep it just to see what happens. This is a very weird situation. Make sure we've got that red mana coming on the next turn, maybe. And some white mana would be very nice too. There's the red mana, and that can go at the bottom. That can stay there. So now we're going to draw a card. And we're going to play the Rogrim Triome. Pachow! We will play a Islander. Always punished. Always punished. We'll play a castle. You'll play the Castle Vantress. And then we will drop a 3 fairy, aka a rude card.
Stand by and watch.
And we'll Plusle.
This
Why is it
might
an
be a bad
island? I
idea.
don't understand. Why is it island? I don't know what you mean. Oh, dearie me. We'll activate the ability. Oh, missed it. Activate the ability. We'll bust out with a, let's say, mountain. Let's do it. Now comes the mountain. And that's why they call me Johnny Mountain. Oh, he's got... Oh, he's playing Wilderness Reclamation. So, this is an interesting one. I actually don't know 100% what to do here, what the ideal play is, because he's got Blue Banner open. I kind of need this fired, but we'll see if it lands. Oh, it lands. Alright, well, whatever. Mate. We'll drop the Sphinx for no cost at all, and we will... like, it's like getting rid of that's almost pointless, I guess. I don't know. It slows him down a little bit, but he's now got a rail out.
Always nice to get out of the lab.
So the thing is, okay, so Wilderness Reclamation is a brutal card because it untaps all of your lands at the end of turn. That's not scoop. Oh, it's not scoop. That's Lazav. That's my boy Lazav. That makes me rank up to silver. I did it. I did it in the time that I promised I would do it in. Easy. All right, guys, let's give away some prizes. Let's give away some prizes. For those viewing at home, it is important to remember that these prizes, I'm sorry, are only available to my local customers. That means that if you are from the Nara area and you're able to pick the prizes up, that means that you can win them. It's going to be 3 offerings here. We've got a pack of Theros Beyond Death. We've got a pack of Throne of Eldraine. And we've got a pack of Core Set 2020. These are all cards that will not rotate when the next set comes out. So, we are going to switch to the chat show. Yeah, air horn. We'll bring Dilbert into play. Dilberto. How do we make Dilbert a bit higher so that you guys can see him? No, he needs to be even higher again. There you go. It's Dilbert. It's my mate, Dilbert. He's my co-host for the night. Okay. Who can tell me how many times I scooped? Me. How many times did I scoop? That's the question. Oh, mate, you got it. You got it. Sorry, Heath. It seems a bit unfair, Heath, but you weren't here. Sky was here, so Sky should have seen me scoop. But yes, Cosmo, you win a pack of Theros. Please come and pick it up when you get the chance. Next, who can tell me? The first 3 people who can tell me what is the name of my avatar in Arena. That's 1. Who can copy what he said? Oh. No. Nearly. These 2 people got it right. I'll be back in a second. There you go. That's all right. Yes, there was that one time that I scooped. It was Orkies. What do you reckon? So, in order, Cosmo, you're going to get a second. No, Heath's going to get a Theros pack. Cosmo, Anthony, you are going to get an Eldraine pack. And Sky, you are going to get this pack. There you go. And see, I tricked you guys. I tricked you guys 100%. I tricked you guys into thinking that we wanted you to count the scoops that they did. How was that for a misdirect? Cool. All right. Well, look, this has been a good stream. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours now, so I'm probably going to sign off and go home to my wife, who brought me dinner. She was lovely. You did tally the scoops that they did. I tallied the scoops that they did just in case I changed my mind and stuck with it. But I also tallied the scoops that I did. So just as a recap, we've got Anthony, these are your prizes. Come pick them up whenever you like. Heath, this is your prize. You can come pick it up whenever you like. Sky, this is your prize. You can come pick it up whenever you like. And by that, I mean when the shop is open, please. And also, please do not dilly-dally around in the shop, because it becomes a little bit awkward when the police stick their head in and we've got to try and explain to them why you are here. The lockdown laws are... Oh, mate, you want to swing around now? If you could be here in the next 15, 20 minutes, you're welcome to come pick them up now. That's absolutely fine. Look, I'm gonna call it for the night. It's been a fun one again. I'm really glad to be able to hang out with you guys online, in the Discord, in the Twitch, in the whatever. It's been a lot of fun. I'm going to sign off now. Thank you very much, guys.